Lesson 1-8, an introduction to equations. Our objective in this lesson is to solve equations using tables and sometimes mental math. Alright, first we'll start by defining what an equation is. We've been dealing with expressions, something like 2x plus 4. What makes an expression an equation is when you add an equal sign and then another value on the other side. Equations can be true, false, or open. That's how we classify. If it's true, then both sides equal each other. If it's false, then one expression on one side of the equal sign does not equal the expression on the other side. If it's an open sentence, then it contains variables and we don't actually know if it's true or false. It'll depend on what the variable equals. Let me show you what I mean. If we were classifying these equations, true, false, and open are our options. 24 plus 8 equals 20 plus 22. Well, this is a true equation because if I do the math, both sides equal 42. B, 7 times 8 equals 54. Well, that is false because 7 times 8 actually equals 56. So these are not equal. Example C, 2x minus 14 equals 54. This equation is open because there's a variable. And I can't tell if it's true or false because I don't know what x equals yet. So I just say open. Okay? Problem 2, a solution of an equation containing a variable is a value of the variable that makes it true. So in our past example, we didn't know what x equaled. X is a solution if I find out what value for x will make it true. So they're going to ask you something like this. Is x equals 6 a solution to this equation? Well, all you need to do is you need to plug 6 in whenever you see an x. So 2 times 6 plus 12. Well, that's 12 plus 12. That equals 24. So no, x equals 6 is not a solution to this equation. Example 3, writing an equation. So we're learning how to do all of these things. This example, an art student wants to make a model of the Mayan Great Ball Court in Mexico. The length of the court, which we don't know, equals 2.4 times its width. So if I have W equals width, the length equals 2.4 times whatever the width is. That's my equation. Pay attention to those words that mean operations like add, subtract, multiply, divide. They will help you with writing the equation. Then sometimes they will ask you to, once you have your equation written, then you can use different numbers like the length of the student's model is 54. What would the width be? So then we just solve that equation. Okay? But what they really want you to know is how to write the equation. We can also use mental math to find the solutions for equations. When you read problem A, x plus 8 equals 12, you want to be thinking, what number plus 8 will give me 12? Hopefully, the mental math problems are easy enough for your mind to come up with 4. In example B, A over 8 equals 9. You should be thinking, what number divided by 8 equals 9? If you know your math facts, 72. Let's try the got it. What is the solution of 12 minus y equals 3? 12 minus what equals 3? That answer would be 9. Oops, I skipped one, sorry. Using a table to find a solution. So this is all dealing with equations. Here's an equation. Use a table to find the solutions. First step, make a table of values. Choose a starting value using mental math. So if we have 5 times a number plus 8 equals 48, we're trying to see what the solution is for n. Well, we're going to make a table. You can choose your numbers that you think are reasonable. This example started with 5, and they chose a couple more. They put 5 into the equation. 5 times 5 is 25 plus 8, they got 33. Our target number is 48. Okay, so that one didn't work. Let's try 6. 5 times 6 is 30 plus 8, 38. Not quite. And they kept using and making their table until they finally found their target answer. So when n equals 8, it is a solution. So you're creating a table. Our final example is when you're estimating a solution. To estimate a solution, find integer values of x. So what are you going to plug in for x? That will help you find your target answer. So same thing as the last example, except this time we're not going to get an exact answer. So here's our equation, negative 9x minus 5. We plug it in the middle of our table. We choose the values for x and we plug them in. They chose negative 1, they got 4. Negative 2, they got 13. Negative 3, they got 22. Negative 4, they got 31. Stop there because our target answer is 28. So we have two numbers. 22 is a little below and 31 is a little above. So we say that our solution, 28. 28 is between 22 and 31. So the solution is between negative 3 and negative 4. So in both those examples, you're making a table. You're either finding the exact or the estimated solution. That brings us to our lesson check. Please complete 1 through 3 and bring your answers to class.